And hi, it's Dennis at KingmakerForex.com and orangequant.com. We're running a very brief large gains trial, as I explained in the intro video for this, because some people want to know if Kingmaker can be used for large gains. Of course, you have to understand that there is greater risk. The bigger the gain you want, the bigger the risk. So I'm going to show you the first two trades. One loser and one slightly bigger winner. Alright, authentication time. We're on the oanda.com platform where the authenticating account is located. And for the first trade, you can see the short entry right there. You can see the exit right there. That was the loser. Then you see a short entry here and an automatic exit over here. In other words, a limit order. And that was profitable on a short trade. Now I'll show you the account number and the history. Alrighty, drag that down. There's the account number, BIGTIME 902579. Bring it up. Here's the history. And I want to drag down, show you the account number on the history. I got to zoom in a little bit so you can see the number and the name. Okay, and then take this up some. You see the dates of, well, let's go down and show you the start of it. We opened with $1,000. You'll see that when I scroll to the right. This is the first trade, a short trade on the New Zealand US dollar pair. You were looking at the hourly chart on that, by the way. And then I closed that trade, and then I did another trade. Here you can see the dates. By the way, these times are mountain times. You have to add 2 hours. So the first trade was really at 10:29 p.m. on the Eastern time on the 18th. That would have been Thursday, and it ended at 12:06 a.m. 12:06 a.m. on the 19th Eastern time. Second trade was entered at on the 19th at 4:54 a.m. Eastern time and closed at 10:48 a.m. on the 19th Eastern time. And let me now drag this across so you can see. Okay, there's the deposit line, and drag it some more. There you are. There's your $1,000 deposit, in other words, the opening balance of this paper account. And the first was a loser and knocked us down about 34 bucks. The second trade was a winner and brought us up about 40 bucks there, okay? I'm going to close the history panel now. And we're going to go over to Thinkorswim. You'll see the logic behind the Kingmaker algorithms. By the way, it's Friday afternoon. The market is closed. That's why you don't see any action over here. Okay, these were both mainly starlight trades. As you can see, this is the starlight plot down here. The blue and purple lines go together. They're a pair, and the green and red are a pair. And the reason I entered where you see this first arrow here, short, is because at this point on the previous candle, before entry, the purple had crossed down into the lower green and red plots. I assumed I was front running Kingmaker, which is a bad idea, but I assumed that blue would follow and do the same. It did not. It skipped off and burned me as it ran up, so I had to exit over here for the loss that you saw. But Starlight did show me, I could have taken a little profit here on this blue candle right here at the bottom of it, because it would have worked fine for compounding purposes. It was only about 10 bucks. But it wasn't the big game hunting that this trial is all about. And we're looking at an hourly chart, by the way, over on the Thinkorswim platform where we run Kingmaker algorithms. And on the second trade, I made the same basic move, actually on error, but it worked out okay. I could see that the blue and purple plot was heading into the red and green. It was going to cut below it. So I was front running Kingmaker again, and I got a little profit actually. As I say, it would have been fine for compounding, but it wasn't enough, so I stuck around and it kind of got worse. And then finally, I said to take profit and went to sleep, and that's where I got out over here, okay? So it did work out. And you can see where Starlight finally did crash on through the signal lines. Okay, that's the first two trades, and we're ahead altogether $6 on a $1,000 opening account, or 0.6%. And the Scottish independence election had a lot to do with what was going on. Things probably weren't reading the way they ought to have been reading, and I was really looking for a big killing as the outcome of the Scottish election, which has not yet materialized. But incidentally, I do think that eventually this pair, the New Zealand US dollar pair, is going to crash dramatically. For instance, on this weekly chart of the US dollar pair, or the Kiwi dollar, you can see the pattern setting up. You got Starlight here crashing down to the depths below its signal line. And though I only use Kingmaker algorithms for trading in these trials, and I do pay attention in my normal trading, I do pay attention to one pattern that's among your traditional type indicators. And on this weekly chart, and this is about the only one I pay attention to on, in terms of your common indicators. It's not a perfect cup and handle, inverted cup and handle that is, but it's starting to look like one, and I can see this thing dropping. That would be 8,500, 1 second, yeah, I had to look at the scale. Each of these divisions is 250 pips. From there to right there is 250 pips. I don't know if you can see those dots, but I can see this losing probably 500 pips rather suddenly, okay? Maybe down in there somewhere, right about to, well, you can't see support. I'd have to drag it across. In fact, I will show you support. Okay, I can see it actually coming down to old support there. So, just a heads up of what I'm thinking, and maybe you're thinking the same thing. Now, it may get a little bounce here, and go up maybe 150 pips, you never know. But mostly in Forex, it doesn't behave like it does in stocks. Once a cup and handle or an inverted cup and handle form, there's the tendency for it just to make the move rather than retrace the 60% that you would expect in stocks, that is. But this is Forex, so it may just make the plunge quite suddenly. And with Starlight's attitude, I think that's a pretty done deal. Okay, I'm Dennis at KingmakerForex.com, and we're going to do about three or four more of these trades just to show. And then we'll make Kingmaker Forex available for purchase. Have a nice weekend.